what did Cocaine Bear do over the weekend? I think it did well. I think it did more than it was projected
But
to.
the thing is, though, when I saw Ant-Man, it was in a much larger theater.
Oh, it was
and when I saw Cocaine Bear, it was in the smallest theater in the theater.
True.
On a opening weekend.
What did Cocaine Bear do? What'd they say?
23
million? What did Ant-Man do? Also, who's in charge of Marvel's PR? Because they used to like pay to cover up these kind of things, like to where it wasn't a headline. 69% drop. They used to pay for Rotten Tomato scores too, because there's no way that
Ant-Man had a $106 million opening, but I'm guessing that was a week or two before.
Yeah.
190, and what's
so they
60%?
dropped 69%.
Yeah, but they're still doing $80 million, whatever. What does it say?
60%, dropped 69 from 106.
So what's 40%, or what's 30% of 200? That's still 60 million, roundabout numbers.
I mean, it's still
a hit. That's still twice as large as
it's still a hit.
Bear.
But what makes me nervous is like when movies and this would be the impossibly difficult part about being in charge of the Marvel universe, other than the fact of just, wow, that's a daunting task. The thing that would be the most difficult aspect would be to have all the home runs, all the in-game, all the things, and then have a couple that don't do so well, and then now all of a sudden the whole MCU is in question.
But I think you're looking at it myopically. You have to look at it through the big lens of all of it together. Because if you look at it like cumulative, because that's how I look at YouTube as well. Like if I have a video that does a view, and I have one video that does 10 views, well, together that's 5 and 5. Or if I have, and that's just how I look at it. You can't look at it, oh, we have so many defeats. It's like you got to average the plane out. So with Marvel, with Disney, they're average winning. Of course they're winning. They're killing it.
So what do you think about? So now that we've
But before we move on, but going back to the Ant-Man versus Cocaine Bear, Ant-Man, just to reiterate, is that there's a much lower common denominator of who that movie's going to appeal to, whereas Cocaine Bear is a much like they're idiots like you, me, and Sohail.
Right.
Who think it's fun when attractive women get brutally murdered within 5 seconds of the movie starting.
Do not put me in that.
Yeah.
So
I'm not saying that I want to see somebody murdered. I'm saying if you're going to watch Ant-Man, you're not necessarily going to watch a giant bear ravage.
I think the Venn diagram, there is an overlap. There are adults who just watch every blockbuster, but what Ryan's saying is true. I would never watch a Marvel movie.
But you would watch.
You haven't watched a Marvel movie? You've never watched?
I've seen the first two Iron Mans and Avengers, the one where he snaps. Is that Endgame?
Oh my god!
But I didn't watch anything in between.
Just stop. You know what? Well, never. I don't want to get into it, but I
didn't watch anything in between, so that shit was confusing.
I could see that without.
And also just bad.
Oh.